Hi, and welcome to the quick demonstration on what we are looking at in terms of the weekly moment product. We're super excited about this accelerator, and really what it's been born out of is through hundreds of clients working through the system that we outline in our best-selling book, The $1 Million Sprint, and the success of how I've grown my coaching business and ultimately other businesses that I've grown as well in the past, which is all around having this central concept of a weekly moment. And I want to jump on a blackboard now and just show you exactly what we mean by that and how that might work for you and your business. Okay, so to start off with, let me just put myself in a corner and I'll draw out some ideas for you, right? So when anybody's trying to do a marketing campaign, we people need to take people from awareness into consider, into convert, and into deliver, right? So you've got to take people through this kind of concept of marketing, right? And if you can go and start to build awareness online so people know who you are, what you do, they start seeing you, that's great. And lots of people start there. So when we think about our social media, you might be linking in with people, you might be growing connections, you might be part of Facebook, you might be doing TikTok, whatever it is, you might be doing a lot of awareness, and people will be posting stuff, liking and sharing stuff. A lot of other kind of agencies will be trying to do a lot of this kind of commenting and liking, etc. And that's great because that builds awareness. Now, the mistake that most people do is to try and take that awareness and go straight to convert, which is, hey, let's jump on a call, let's see, if there's a mix, see if we can help. And all of this posting and content and stuff, you're just hoping that someone's got a pain in that moment and you're going to be able to grab the opportunity to be able to jump on a sales call and then ultimately sell them your product, which is deliver, right? And this is the piece that we feel everybody misses. They miss this consideration item, this ability to be able to draw people into something and actually update and inform them, show a piece of thought leadership, show them in a try before you buy why they should actually listen to you, build that audience, build your brand, and also build your confidence in your content, right? And this is what we call a consideration asset, right? And by not going, hey, buy my stuff straight away and saying, well, look, why don't you come along to our weekly moments, our event that we run each week. And to start off with, by the way, you don't have to do it every week. I just want to say that right now, people can do this monthly to start off with, and then they might do a bi-weekly event and ultimately move up to weekly. But you draw all of these lovely people from your email list and your social media into this focal point of an event. You then give them some great thought leadership, update and inform them, and then open the door for the people who are interested to come into the sales meeting. Easy, simple concept. But here's the thing, we need to make this weekly moment a machine for you, a marketing machine. And I'm really excited that we've built a product that actually does a lot of this for you. So the hope is that you can just rock up to a room full of people and be able to help to be able to get them to buy, right? And the reason why this is important is because the machine needs to have repetition, right? And because it needs to work like clockwork. So when we talk to people about running a weekly moment, we say, well, look, why don't you have 13 events? Why 13? And obviously, if you're doing them bi-weekly, etc., it might be slightly less, but 13 times by 4 equals your 52 weeks. And so the whole concept of this 13-week cycle is you do it 4 times a year. Now, I can't even remember what I had for breakfast, let alone what you put out on your social media channel 14 weeks ago, right? And so you're not going to have that repetition seen. And so it's going to feel consistent and you're going to have that rhythm. And it allows you to write out all the slides and then keep on reusing them. Writing out all the social media posts and keep on reusing it. So that becomes really exciting. So let's say, like me, you decide, yes, I'm going to run a weekly event like I do, right? And so that weekly event, we just I don't know why it does that. That weekly event I do on a Wednesday. Okay, and so I know what I want to do, and it means that I've got 13. So that means each week's got a theme, and you might be say an HR company, and you might want to be promoting. You might do an HR consultancy, and you might want to be promoting one of your weeks or one of the topics that you're specialist in could be maternity leave, right? And how to offer a great maternity leave. I don't know, something like that, right? So your weekly moment can be how employers can offer a first-class maternity leave while still not leaving gaps in the workforce or something along those lines, right? So that would be the title of the event. Interesting, okay, that might attract the right sort of people. And so this is the theme for the week is maternity leave week, right? And we're a consultancy that does HR advice, right? So if we know Wednesday we're going to do our weekly moment, then, well, what are we going to do on Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday? Well, Monday, we can think, well, actually, let's have a theme for each one of those days. We've got a theme for the week. Let's have a theme for the day. So Monday, we talk about doing an engagement creator, right? So we might do, does your employer or do you offer more than just statutory maternity leave? Yes, no, right? So a simple yes, no answer. Only the people answering that question would be, when you say, do you offer? Well, that's people that are the company, who represent the company you're offering it. Those type of people who are engaging in that, right? So that's going to spike the algorithm with the right type of people and the right type of people who engage in that. Awesome, right? So that gets the engagement up. So that means that tomorrow's post will have a leg up because today's post was highly engaged by the right type of people. So Tuesday becomes Promo Tuesday. The idea of Promo Tuesday is you send a post out to invite people to the event because the people that just engaged here are bound to see this one here. We also send an email out to your database Tuesday morning and again promote the weekly moment. Plus, you can direct message all these lovely people here who have attended or have voted in this poll and again invite them into the weekly moment. So when I do my LinkedIn organic lead generation workshop, I might say to people, do you see LinkedIn as your primary LinkedIn platform? Yes, no. And so anybody who's voting on that, I'll invite along to the workshop, which helps them to do better at LinkedIn, right? So you can see how this creates the audience to then help to promote the event. And so the first half of the week, we call that the fill half, right? The second half of the week is called the follow, right? That's the follow up, okay? So we're following up the second half of the week. So we do the weekly moment, get people into the event, awesome, book them into a sales meeting, happy days, right? But we want to get the most amount of juice from the squeeze. So on Thursday, we're going to go into here and we call it Replay Thursday. And so Replay Thursday, we're going to send a post out to say, hey, great meeting here. Who would like the replay? People watch the replay and then book into the sales meeting. Awesome. You also send an email out to all the people that attended the event but didn't book the sales meeting, or the people that said they would attend the event but didn't attend, again with the replay. And of course, then you're getting further sales meetings from there. So the most amount of sales meetings possible from the squeeze. So now we're having sales meetings. Awesome, right? So what are we going to do on Friday? Well, Friday's split into two halves. First half is around share or win Friday. Why? Well, we want to share a piece of credibility each week. So that could be a case study, could be a client success story, could be a recommendation, whatever it might be. But the beauty of this is you're having sales meetings on Thursday and Fridays because you booked them then. And so therefore, these people are going to see this post here. And so that's more likely then to back up what you're saying. The final thing is around what are we going to do Friday morning, and that's the what's on next week post, right? So now that we've put the post out to there, we want to start thinking about, well, actually, let's work next week. And LinkedIn and Facebook both allow you to post events on their platforms and invite people to those events. So we would post the event onto LinkedIn and Facebook and wherever else you do on social media, even Eventbrite, and then use their event invite feature. So for example, LinkedIn allows you to invite 1,000 people a week to an event, and you invite those contacts to the event for next week. And so you start next week already with some attendees in the bag. And then it's a case of just rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat. Super awesome, right? Here, let me give you some further numbers, right? When we get clients running this system, we target them to achieve 30, 20, 5, 2. What do I mean by that? 30 bookings to their weekly moment each week. So it's people actually saying, yes, I'll come along to it. If you get 30 bookings, then 20 of them will attend, because of course not everybody attends, right? And if you 20 attendees, then you should get 5 sales meetings. And if you get 5 sales meetings, then you should get 2 sales. Now, that will give you, say you're running this at 50 weeks, take a couple of weeks off for Christmas. In reality, if you're on holiday or whatever, you just don't do it that week. So don't think that you're kind of married to this thing. It's flexible. Remember, it's a free event, so you are the controller of this. If you want to take a month off, you can do so. But say you do it for 50 weeks, 50 times 2 sales equals 100 clients. That's awesome. That's average. Like if you're selling into corporate, you might be doing 2 per month as opposed to 2 per week. But whatever your rhythm is, this gives you the opportunity. And the beauty of this, the whole point of this, is a marketing engine that's created by my team. So you rock up to a room full of people every Wednesday or Thursday or whenever you're going to run it. Let me give you an idea of how that marketing machine actually runs out practically. Okay, so if I go onto here and I show you our Trello board. So this is our Trello board. This is my cycle, and this would be a very good representation of how my team would create the board for you. We would talk to you and coach you. So I have drop-in clinics every week, coaching clinics where people drop in to see me personally. And I ask them, and we talk to them about what the right topics are for that they should be presenting. What's the overarching brand? So for example, we have LinkedIn for Breakfast is my brand. And then within there, I have these 13 topics, topics 1 to 13 here. And so this is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So we would want to create what your topics are and what your overarching brand. And then my team will suggest 3 different titles per week for you based upon the topic you said. So you would then select the title for the topic you want to go for that week. And then my team build this out for you, all the content here. So for example, this is my week 1, which is a poll, right? So it's Engagement Creator Monday. We do a poll. And this poll is, hey, fascinated to see if people focus on LinkedIn as their primary platform, which is the example I gave. Here's the hashtags you can use. Here's the question. Here's the first comment that they'll comment for me. And remember, my team are just copying and pasting this as me on LinkedIn and Facebook. So it's creating me going further because I signed this off and now they're just doing this every 13 weeks, just rinse and repeat, copying and pasting. Then people vote on the poll, they're going to DM them this, right? And then you put the link to an example post in there so actually people can see, you can see each time that it's been done. And so when you think about Tuesday, we're going to send them emails out to the database. Here's the emails. And once you've signed it off, because they would have created this for you, you would have gone into here and gone, yeah, I'm happy with this. So each week you're just signing off that week's worth of content until you get to week 13, and then you have to worry about it again. And so they're just copying and pasting and they're sending out these emails. It works like a beautiful machine. Now, this person, this remote marketing exec that we're going to give you is actually going to work for you 4 hours a day, 5 days a week. That is basically someone who's working every morning or every afternoon, depending on obviously which one is your preference, right? And so when we look at that, we think, well, actually, there's some additional capacity that they could be working on. So we suggest that they take over your connecting on LinkedIn so they can grow your connection audiences. Same with different strategies for growing your audience on Facebook if you want to work that. And we also suggest that they work a cold email outreach. So they're finding people's details that are on your database, sending out emails to them. Again, every reason that they can or every method they can to invite people along to the weekly call. And that's the game plan, my friends, right? So let me show you exactly how that's managed. So if I just go onto this tab here and just grab a quick board, you would have the ability to not only know that we're going to be managing that individual to make sure they're doing this task, but you can also top up their roles. So here we go. So you can top up what they're doing in a day. So for example, each Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday will look like this. And when you get to it, they'll just be duplicating these cards for each Monday and putting the date of the Monday that they're working, right? And so this becomes the activity for the day. So we're very much nailing exactly what they're working on activity-wise here, right? And so, for example, if you wanted to add a one-off task for that day, you might say, oh, could you get my new LinkedIn header? Whatever, like that could be a task. So now you've added a task, you might, it might be midnight, you have someone have a brainwave, you can chuck it into there, so that becomes one of the things that they do. But ultimately, they'll be doing sort of admin tasks for you in the day, i.e., They'll be creating reports for you to tell you kind of how it's been going in terms of attendees, people booking in, etc. They'll be attending a daily meeting with you if you want to, or you could just have a weekly meeting. And they'll always send an end of day report to you, usually by WhatsApp, just as a quick synopsis of how their day went. Then you might have your marketing tasks and setting tasks. So these are kind of pre-created tasks by us. You can then change, edit, make these slightly different. But ultimately, say on Monday, they're going to post that engagement creator. Cool. They might share that engagement creator on your company page. So just make sure you're putting it on your personal profile and then showing it to your company page to get further reach, right? They might comment back using ChatGPT to help to create the comment replies to anybody who's actually commented on the engagement creator. And of course, up here, we've created the prompt that they can then use to create their comments back, right? So we're kind of covering all the options, and we're also constantly training not just you to be able to help run these weekly moments and present, but also them to help them be a great marketing exec for you and to achieve these results for you, right? And also there'll be appointment setting things. So for things like sending out those 20 connection requests, sending out the cold emails, etc. And so you've got marketing task, which is sending out the invites and stuff, and then you've got appointment setting task, which is basically following up. So this is the fill, and that's the follow, right? And so each day will have different deliverables, and they'll go through here. So you can see here that, say on Tuesday, they'll be going in here, they'll be making a copy of this, and then they'll be changing the date to say it's now the 10th of May, my birthday. And so then that becomes their day, and then that's how they'll build this out over time. So that will go there, and then they'll work through it. Now you can see here, once someone starts ticking these, it will actually show you on the dashboard, look, I'm ticking this. It shows you how far forward, 50%, 100%, 67%, that person is in completing that day. So the 10th of May there is 4 out of 9 tasks completed. Whereas here, the 30th of November, that was 14 out of 14 completed because the day was completed, so it went green. So when you think about actually managing your person, you can see actually them going green. So let me just show you mine. So this is Flora, my remote marketing exec, and this is her interactive job description. You'll probably see there's loads of these cards because obviously she's working week on, week out. And so these are the different days she's working. And look, here's all the greens. And so when I think about, well, how's she getting on? I can see she's going green, 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 green. And then there's a couple here that she didn't quite get her task done. So maybe she couldn't do it because there was a problem with that particular task, or there's a training deficiency that I need to help her with, or she just ran out of time and therefore there's a time efficiency that I could maybe move some of those tasks to another day, right? So it really helps you to manage the resource that is your remote marketing exec. Now they are remote, they are on the same time zone as you, so when they start work, you start work, which is awesome, and it gives you the ability to work with them, which is why we can give such an unbelievable deal, which I know that you'll be keen to understand. And when you have your call with one of our sales consultants, they'll be able to go through exactly the details of how the structure of this program works. But essentially, you're getting coaching, a foolproof structure that I'm following myself and making my business grow, and also a resource 4 hours a day, 5 days a week to be able to implement it for you. It's an amazing program, and it's going to be housed within a school community, and that school community is just a really cool place. So yes, you've got the drop-in clinics. Yes, you've got the events, but this community will be people will be sharing success. They'll be sharing, what people are working on. It's just really, really cool. So you can see here, people are interacting, sharing success. We've got training that will be there. So when not only we got the drop-in clinics, but we also have the training that are in the classroom, which will tell you exactly how to work on it. There'll be replays of the drop-in clinics. There's a calendar to be able to show you when those drop-in clinics are. There's the other members here that you'll be able to actually reach out to and talk to. And then there's our leaderboard, which is you get points as you go through. It's just a bit of fun. It's not done on revenue or anything along those lines. It's just done about how much you're engaging with the community. And then you can win prizes as you go up the leaderboard. So it's a really cool addition. You've also got direct DM conversation with me as well, and the ability to ask the community, my team, and of course also your intern help and support around that. So super excited about this product. Really looking forward to seeing you on it. And good luck on the call with one of my team. Big love. Take care. See you on the flip side.